Hello everyone, and welcome to another off-road update. With 7 rounds complete in the 2024 GNCC season, Landers Racing KTM's Grant Davis has established himself as the man to beat. As the only rider in the XC2 class to podium in every single race, he's built up a healthy points lead over teammate Gus Riordan and defending champion AmPro Yamaha's Draper. As the riders headed to Mount Morris, Pennsylvania for the Mason Dixon GNCC for round 8 of the season, everyone was wondering if anybody was going to stop the Davis momentum. As the XC2 class took off for 3 hours of battle, it was points leader Grant Davis grabbing the whole shot ahead of Draper, Bell's Electric FXR Husqvarna's Toby Cleveland, Red Bear Kawasaki Duvall, and Liqui Moly Beta's Brody Johnson. Emerging with the lead just before the 4-mile mark, it was defending champ Draper in the lead ahead of Davis, Duvall, Johnson, Phoenix Honda's Cody Barnes, and Riordan. There was no change in the order at the 6.5-mile mark, but it was clear to the naked eye of those in person, the XC2 field were already close to the XC1 field that started a minute ahead of them. Nearing the end of the first lap, and the top 3 were the same, while Barnes and Riordan had moved into 4th and 5th. However, Riordan lost time with this crash trying to take a different line around Barnes. Johnson was able to sneak by to reclaim a spot in the top 5. A few miles into the second lap, and the only change in the top 5 order was Riordan moving back ahead of Johnson for the 5th spot. When the riders headed toward the finish of lap 2, it was still Draper ahead of Davis and Duvall, with Riordan moving ahead of Barnes to 4th. The first 2 laps, the XC2 field had put in a fast pace that actually had them in the overall lead positions on adjusted time ahead of the XC1 field, with Draper atop of them all. Just 2 miles into the 3rd lap, and the XC2 class had turned into a 5-rider battle as Riordan and Barnes bridged the gap to the top 3, and the race was on. Just a few miles later, though, and the order shifted dramatically. Davis popped out with the lead ahead of Duvall, Riordan, and Barnes. Draper dropped all the way to 5th after a rock got stuck in his rear brake system that brought the defending champ to a halt on the track. On lap 4, the race came undone for 2 of the top 5. Draper suffered a hard crash that had resulted in a trip to the hospital for the Kiwi. At the 8.5-mile mark, the bead broke on Duvall's rear tire. The 2008 XC2 champ carried on, but eventually was stuck on the track and had to have a wheel brought to him before he could finish over a lap down. From then on, it was another one-on-one show for the win between the Landers KTM teammates. Davis and Riordan would swap the lead position over the final lap and a half, and at the checkered flag, it was Davis holding on for his 4th win of the year just ahead of Riordan. Barnes held on for a comfortable 3rd while well off the pace. Rounding out the top 5 were Cleveland and Liqui Moly Beta's Jay Lipscomb.
Yeah, for sure. It was a pretty gnarly race. I got into the lead off the start, one shot, I think. Then I let Liam by, and I kind of paced off Liam. He was riding really good in the beginning. And then I think he actually had a bike problem, which really sucks because he was going fast today for sure, which he made it easier on me and Gus, I know that. But I was up there, caught the XC1 pack, and I went down, and I actually broke my ribs, 2 ribs, a week ago or something like that. And I landed right on my ribs again, which didn't make it any easier. And then I'm actually sick right now too. And yeah, but I knocked wind out of myself pretty good, and then I got up, and Gus was behind me, and then he passed me, and I started to lose time to him, and I'm like, I don't want to lose this race today. So I fought really hard, and I got him about a mile from the end. It was a good race. He was riding really good today.
Thank you everyone for watching. Round 9 is June 22nd and 23rd at the Snowshoe, West Virginia Ski Resort for the Snowshoe GNCC. I'll see you guys there.